Hello and welcome to another one of ADemonicShadow's review and trophy review of Infamous First Light, where it initially shows the story of Fetch and initially how she got her powers and how she initially becomes the character that she is in Infamous Second Son. I do want to believe I do want to get spoiler warnings, obviously, because I will be showing off the powers and actually some in-game content, or at least in-game features and stuff like that. So it continues. So it starts off with, once again, you play as Fetch, and initially her neon powers and everything like that, which are a lot different than Desmond and his powers, which is pretty cool because it would have been annoying if they actually had the same powers. Yeah, this kind of picks up. The story for the game is actually, once again, pretty cool. It's nice to know more of Fetch's backstory and finding out more about Fetch herself. As you can see here, I'm using Neon Infinite Run, which is a lot better than Desmond's powers for Neon, which is pretty cool. Once again, it continues on Fetch's story and how she initially gets captured and how she gets captured by the DUP and what happens there. As they do initially train her to use her powers and initially master them and everything like that. So that's pretty cool. The game does have challenging challenge mode where you initially can do these challenges to just better hone your skill, as that's through the story and even just for fun. The gameplay of the game pretty much just picks off the same picks up the same from Infamous Second Son, which, you know, you're just playing as different characters, so they do have a lot of things in common, obviously. Of course, because this is not necessarily Desmond and it's a standalone game, there is no, you know, good and evil, so you're kind of just free to do whatever. She does have, you know, her powers. She has, you know, the sniper shot. She has a drop down. And of course, if you see these little dashes right here in the ground where she necessarily goes through and runs through and increases her speed tremendously, which is really useful for traveling around since there's no fast travel like there was for Infamous Second Son. As you can see, honestly, just running around just fun. I really do like Fetch. Now, the map only takes part of the top half of the map of Infamous Second Son, so literally the game is half as big as Second Son, but that's okay because they really do.
You might have started it.
They really do expand the game by having these battle arenas, which I'll show you. She has a different upgrading way than Desmond, where she necessarily has, you know, you just select it and upgrade it, and that's done with purchasing, doing challenges, upgrading them once you have enough. Let's actually do a challenge, and it's survive. And then when you pick, you can pick your favorite. You can pick an outfit, which is pretty cool because I like her DUP Fetch outfit. So when you're doing these challenges, of course, the beginning ones are a lot easier, but as you go up, they get a lot harder.
Now you get a real test.
And of course, if you don't recognize that voice, she's the one that's necessarily training her, as she was the one who captured her. Not her herself, but dropkick. So this is necessarily where she hones her abilities, and what's pretty cool about this is that you can, if you have Infamous Second Son, you can not necessarily import, but play as your Infamous Second Son character and do these challenges, which I didn't think would be that fun, but playing as, you know, Desmond with all his powers, especially fully upgraded, is tons of fun, which is one thing I do appreciate about not even that Infamous Second Son, but just Infamous games in general, as they're really fun to play. As you can see here, graphics of the game is pretty much the same as Infamous Second Son, if not a little bit better. Of course, Fetch has her own light up for attack, or different versions of her attacks. But necessarily is the challenges you have here, which is necessarily rescue, where you have to protect people, and then survival is pretty much just going as long as you can. Relatively short, relatively simple. Not much to really talk about. It's pretty much Fetch's story, and that's pretty much it. Oh, that Fetch booty. I'm trying to think. Oh, nope, that's pretty much it. So that's pretty much the review of the game. At least if you wanted to know more of, you know, Fetch, if Fetch was like a character you wanted to explore, it was definitely worth picking this up, especially since it was not a full-fledged game. I actually don't remember the price it was at release, and it's probably cheaper now that it's been out for a while.
This next group is
but story of the game, actually, I don't want to necessarily say it's better than Infamous Second Son story, but it's definitely has its own ups and downs. If anything, probably just as a little bit more interesting because of Fetch, and it's more detailed into her character. Gameplay relatively the same. Of course, it's a little bit less fun because you don't necessarily have all these powers, but it's a standalone game, so not much of that complaint. Her powers for Neon are, you know, they really did expand on her powers. And of course, if you like Infamous, you should definitely worth getting. Definitely no regrets whatsoever. Now, I'm just gonna show you these specials, right? This is her special. Everything kind of absorbs into the middle. It goes, you know, in front of her, it all gathers and then explodes just like that. Not all that great, but of course flashy, just like everything else. One of the things I really do like about this, and really hope what they do is that they do it for the other characters. For the other characters in Second Son, and you know, you get to play as them, more expanded powers and everything like that. Find more story of those characters. So that's really cool, and I really hope they do expand on this with you know, making those standalones for those other characters. But necessarily, that was a review. I'm gonna be going on to the trophy review, so if you actually don't really care about getting trophies, then you can go ahead and stop right here. If you do, you can just continue watching. So with the trophies for this game, first of all, it's kind of shocking for the standalone game to have its own platinum trophy. So it's like a really good plus because it's necessarily just literally an easy platinum to get. This game is not all that difficult to platinum, and it's not as grindy as other games. Not even like Second Son, but you can pretty much platinum this game in 1 or 2 settings, relatively, depending on how good you are, because some of the time challenges can take a little bit of while to do and complete. Now let's see, because on the side there you can see some of the challenges that you need to complete. Let me actually go back to free roam. So you have your platinum trophy, which is collecting all. You have collect all neon lumens. Neon lumens are necessarily her version of blast shards that are scattered through the city. You have blackout, which is destroy all police drones. None of them are on, unfortunately. You have these races where you necessarily go through those dashes, and these little things right here. They're just pretty much just neon races just for fetch, using her unique running system and everything. You have complete all of fetch is neon graffiti. She has her own waveness of graffiti, and that's so fetch trophy. I can actually find one. I'll show you. Because she necessarily leaves like a neon type of graffiti, and is she using a spray can herself. But knowing my luck, probably never actually find one. But they're pretty cool. It's the thing she graffitis over is more of like her love life and her story. Unleash is just pretty much purchase every upgrade. You'll get that naturally just playing through the game. Professionist, which is once again back to those challenges. You do have to complete every single challenge to get that gold trophy. Once again, it's not all that hard. Some of them you may take a few tries. Some of them can take a while to actually complete.
I hope you're proud of yourself.
There's achieve scores for achieve rescue score, achieve survival score. For diamond. For beta, alpha, and gamma. At least for gamma, there's only survive. It's necessarily just survive, live, do the goals, get combine multiplier, and everything like that. And once you get good enough, after a few tries, you'll go ahead and get those score bonuses. Not all that hard, but at least the gamma might be a little bit more difficult for the gamma survive diamond. You have overload 25 turns, which you'll get naturally in the battle arena. 50 hostages saved. Once again, you'll get that through battle arena just naturally playing. Earn a total points of 10 billion. Oh, no, wait. That's actually 10 million, sorry. You'll get that naturally. You may have to do a little more challenging after the end. Defeat 50 enemies in a row with homing missiles. That's easily done in the survival area. Stasis and 25 stasis plus the weak point kills. She has her stasis grenade. if I can remember how to do it. She has a stationary grenade which keeps she has a stationary grenade. She actually just knocks them up in the air. But when you do that, just hit their weak points, which of course is these glowing parts right here, and do that 25 times. Not actually 25 in a row, 25 in general, and you'll unlock that trophy. The hidden trophies you have for here are just story related. And that's pretty much the trophy for the game. A few collectibles on the map, some graffiti, do challenges, do all the challenges since there's no single ones. So do all the challenges, get a lot of points, upgrade everything, standard trophy stuff. Dropped it. Yeah, that was pretty much it. I thought this review would go longer, but if you want to thank for watching, if you want to thank for all the support, if you necessarily want my Twitch and Twitter, that will be in the links below, along with all my other Facebook and all that information. Of course, if you like the video, you can like, sub, and comment. If not, then you can go ahead and hit that dislike button. Dislike button if you really didn't like the video. Totally not going to get all anal about that. But I do want to thank you for watching, and this is ADemonicShadow out.